It's a setup. I'm telling you, Anise, I can't just leave you. They don't have good news, okay? She was setting me up the whole time. Do you have a crazy story about how you and your lifelong best friend met? If so, tell me in the comments. And if you want to hear mine, keep listening.
I'm a beast laid with dogs. I'm an animal. Human flesh in my jaws. Won't call it cannibal. Movement on mechanical. Services commendable.
Welcome back to another video. My name is Anise Trinae. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. You already know I appreciate you. So today we're getting into a story time, right? And we're just going to get straight into it because we like that now, okay? So this is the story time about how I met my lifelong best friend, y'all. We are still friends to this day. We have been friends for, I'm gonna age myself right now, but we've been friends for 24 years, y'all. Okay, so this is the real deal. This is my only friend that I still have from high school that is living, because I did have a couple others, you know, that are no longer here with us. But anywho, so y'all, I met her, I was 11 years old. Okay, so y'all do the math now. Y'all know how old I am, right? So I was 11 years old when I met her in middle school, okay? And it was crazy because though I went to a middle school by where my grandfather lived. My grandfather lived in a nicer area than my mom and I lived, because we lived in Oakland, which, as y'all might know, Oakland, California is kind of the trenches, right? And my grandfather lived in a suburb, right? About 25 minutes away. So they had better schools, so that's where they put me, right? I used his address. Okay, so now I'm going to the school. Of course, I don't know nobody. I ain't went to school with these people. I don't, you know, everybody is from this area or, you know, relatively close to that area. And I'm from 25 minutes away, right? So, but I, you know, of course I go there and, you know, I'm trying my best to make friends. And I ended up making friends with this girl. She was of Afghan descent. She was from Afghanistan, her family. And we were real tight. Like, we were so tight, y'all. We was going to write a book together, okay? We were going to write a book together where we were going to compare our different lifestyles coming from different places, being different races. She was going to write one chapter, I was going to write a chapter, and we were kind of going to tell our story simultaneously and compare our experiences, basically, right? Aww. So I would hang with her every day. We had almost all of our classes together except for, I think, choir. I don't think she was singing. She was in something else for like elective, right? So we would be together all the time. Now, of course, I'm black and there are other black people at the school, but this is a very diverse school. There is Asian, there's Indian, there's Native American, there is everything you can think of, okay? Everybody is there in this melting pot, because if y'all don't know, the Bay Area is a melting pot. There are multiple different races in the Bay Area, period. And it just so happened that this area was a melting pot of some of all of those races, okay? So we would be together every single day. We ate lunch together, in class, sat together and everything, right? And there are other black kids at the school. There are maybe about, I don't know, our school was maybe 10% black at this time, right? So it's quite a few kids, but I don't know them. These kids have grown up together since elementary school, and they went to school together, so they already clicked up. They got their little friend groups and stuff like that. And you know, I just don't know nobody. I'm the new girl, whatever, but it's fine with me. You know, I mesh with anybody, so you know, I clung to her. So one day, this black girl, I was in the 6th grade and she was in the 7th grade, and she kind of took me up under her wing, like kind of started introducing me to the black people, because she saw I was only hanging with that girl. And she was the first person actually to come up and talk to me when I was on my way to my first class. I think I was coming from like the office, you know, they give you your schedule, and I was on my way to my first class, and she just asked me, did I know where I was going? She could tell I was new, I was lost, and she actually was the first person to speak to me at that school, even though I ended up making friends with the girl from Afghanistan. You know, that was my first friend. Anywho, so the girl, and her name was Ashley. She was so sweet. That's her real name. She's a beautiful person, beautiful soul. One funny thing I do remember about her, she did used to put gel on her eyebrows, and we thought it was weird back then, but now, like, girl, they sell eyebrow gel. Like, she was onto something. She should have made that a thing, and she'd have been a millionaire by now. I mean, I don't know what she's doing now. She could be a millionaire, but I'm just saying, she was on to something. But so anyway, so she came and she was like, hey, you know, if you want to hang out with us, you can, right? And she was talking about the other black people, right? So she takes me around this group of girls. It's like 9, 10 of them or whatever, and then me, so maybe 11 of us total. So I hang with them for a second. I think I ate lunch with them or something like that, maybe hung out for a few minutes after school. She just kind of introduced me around to everybody, right? And my best friend, the one who I'm best friends with now, she was kind of a part of that group, right? So now, okay, fast forward, I'm kind of hanging with them at lunch for a couple weeks now. I'm still hanging with my friend who's from Afghanistan. Actually, I ended up going to her house to spend the night, met her family, she met mine. Like, we were really, really close for the first 2 years of middle school, and then she actually moved away. That's why we didn't end up, staying close, because I didn't care. Even though I was hanging with the black people, I was with her. She was ride or die. We used to stay after school and play games and stuff. But anyway, so the black girl, Ashley, she invited me into the friend group. I'm hanging with them sometimes when I'm not hanging with my other friend. So I'm hanging with them for, basically, I'm hanging with them not just for a few weeks. I'm hanging with them off and on throughout 6th grade. Like, really nothing really came of it. We used to have these dances that we would go to. We would all like be in a group, be like dancing and stuff like that. And it was cool, right? Now fast forward to 7th grade, right? 7th grade comes, and I'm really not real close with anybody but the girl Ashley and the girl that was from Afghanistan. Her name was actually Armagon. Hey Armagon. Hey Ashley, if y'all see this. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just, these are my 2 friends. I know the other girls. I hang with the other girls, but we're not really close. We don't have each other's phone numbers. We're not going over each other's house. None of that. Like, we just see each other at school. Like, we cool, right? So now, we're in the 7th grade now. I'm 12, and Armagon and I, we are sitting down. We are planning out our book. Like, when I tell you, we are like this in our notebooks, like with our heads down, and we like sitting on this little cement block by our classroom, and we're just planning it out. I think it was, the passing period or lunchtime, whatever it was, after school. I don't know, but we're just sitting there minding our own business, right? And then the group that I have been hanging out with, right, they kind of like run up on us, right? So all we see is, how when people walking and they walking like they finna go somewhere and they finna handle some business, they walking like that, right? So we notice it and we look. When I tell y'all, when I look at, oh my God, when I look at my friend from Afghanistan, she got this look. She's like a deer in headlights. She's shaking in her boots because she know it's a problem. Nobody here got a smile on their face. Ain't nobody look happy. They don't have good news, okay? And they coming over to us, right? So I'm just looking, I'm like, oh my God, I already know it's gonna be something. So I'm like, what is it? Like, what is it, right? So when they come, I kind of look up and I'm like, hey, what's up, y'all? And out of the crowd, from the back, my best friend squeezed her little tiny self through the crowd. She like, so, Anise, so I heard you was talking about me.
Boy, if you don't.
And I'm like, what? I heard you was talking about me. And when I tell y'all I was so scared, I just looked back at my friend from Afghanistan, and she's like Anise, like, what? What's going on? And I just looked at her. I said, put your notebook in your backpack, right? Because I know she from this suburb. She ain't like that. She from a different country. Her family, they not like that. Not saying that you can't be dangerous if you from somewhere else, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. She ain't built like that. So I told her, put your things up. Put your things up right now. Close your backpack and walk away. And she was like, Anise, I can't just leave you. Put your things away. And I just looked at her like this because I knew it was about to be something. Put your things away right now and walk away. I'm gonna be fine, okay? I'm gonna be fine. I didn't want to put her in no danger. She don't know these girls. I don't even know what I did, but obviously it's something, right? So I'm like, okay, it's something that happened. I don't want you mixed up in it. You need to leave right now, right? So she's like reluctant, but she get her stuff and she's just backing away. She's like, Anise, like, girl, just go. Don't say nothing to nobody. Just go, right? So she leaves. She walks away. They let her walk away, right? So now she like, yeah, so what's up? I heard you was talking about me. And I'm like, instead of me being like, well, who you hear from and all that, I'm like, look, I knew I didn't talk about the girl. So I'm like, I didn't say anything about you, right? And I just said it real calm because my mama always told me, when you about to fight, do not get mad. Your emotions do not matter. What matters is you paying attention. If they about to hit you, you need to get out the way. If they about to do something, you need to be sizing everybody up. Is how many people, be counting them, be looking for your exit. You need to be thinking, not getting mad, not trying to get into the mess. Just be calm and think about your next move, right? So that's what I was doing. I was like, I didn't say anything about you, okay? Well, I heard this and I was like, look, I don't know what you heard, but I didn't say anything about you, right? And I never stood up.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's a mistake though, y'all. If somebody ever walk up on you like that, stand up. Just don't do it all aggressively. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but don't just like jump up, because sometimes people can take you just jumping up as, oh, you ready to fight, or you trying to, you on the offense now, like you trying to attack them. So just don't even, you know what I'm saying? Just be cool, slowly get up, you know what I'm saying? Get your bearings, put anything valuable behind you, because, you might have to fight for it. You never know.
It's funny, cause...
So I tell her, real calm, hey, I didn't say nothing about you. I don't know what you're talking about. And I never stood up, but I just looked up at her, and she like standing over me or whatever. And when I tell y'all, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots, y'all. At this point in my life, I'm 12 years old. I have had fights with my cousins who used to jump me every time I walked into their house, when I fought my other cousin who I'm 3 months older than. We used to fight over my collar, over the front seat of the car. We would fight over a piece of cheese if we both wanted it. We didn't care.
Oh, hell no.
We was just, we would fist fight all the time. Like, and I'm not scared to fight them. My family's not gonna hurt me. These girls, and it's about 9, 10 of y'all, these girls could hurt me. I'm here by myself. I don't have no backup. My family not here. My mama not here. And y'all already know what type of person I am. I'm not the type of person to call for help when I'm in a sticky situation anyway. So even if somebody was there, I wouldn't even say, hey, I need you. Because I was just idiotic back then.
What type of shit you on, man?
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, get over here. Now, I'm calling out. But back then, oh, Lord, I just thought I didn't think I was big and bad, but I was just like, oh my God, this is my thing, and I got myself into it, and I'm gonna get myself out. Anyway, so now, I'm just waiting for the response, because I didn't already told them 2 times, or told her 2 times, I ain't say nothing about you. And so she like, yeah, you better not ever say nothing about me, ever. Or it's gonna be a problem, and I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I was like, okay, all right. I mean, what else was I supposed to say? You ain't gonna whoop nothing? Because I don't know what she can do. I ain't never seen her fight before. I don't know if these women is finna fight with her. I have no idea. So I just said, okay. And I didn't care if that made me seem like I went out like a sucker or whatever. But hey, my aim right then was to avoid a black eye, okay? And I bet you what, I ain't never had one, okay? And I ain't gonna get one, because I'm getting out of this, right? And it was something that didn't even have nothing to do with me. I did not talk about this girl. I don't talk about people. I have so much going on in my head. I don't have space for other people to be thinking about that. But she didn't know that. She didn't know me. So, honest mistake, right? That's what I'm thinking. So now, right, this is like midway through 7th grade. So now I don't really hang with them no more, because she made me real uncomfortable, and she's always with them. And even on days when she was absent or whatever, like I don't know what y'all on. I don't know who brought my name up and said that I had her name up in my mouth, but like, I don't do stuff like that. Like, one thing about me, y'all understand, like, I've made a lot of mistakes in the past, but do not come and tell somebody behind my back or behind their back that, oh yeah, this person said something about you. If you got something to say it right here, right now. We adults, and even when we wasn't adults, like, you big and bad enough to say it, you big and bad enough to tell everybody. Don't do that. I don't do sneaky stuff. I don't like that. I don't move like that, and I don't like people who do. So now I'm like, I don't know which one of y'all done said something about me that wasn't true, and I just don't want to be around y'all like that. Like, I don't care for y'all like that. Y'all cool, whatever. When I see y'all, it's what's up, but I'm not finna be around y'all, and I know one of y'all is going behind my back talking about me. Like, I ain't got time for that. So anyway, so I keep hanging out with, my friend, and like I told y'all, she left 8th grade. She left the school. I didn't see her anymore. I think she moved, right? So now fast forward to the end of 7th grade, right? This is the end. We about to go to summer of 8th grade, the summer right before 8th grade year, right? So, excuse me. I remember for my 12th, I had a party. I printed out some flyers, y'all, and I actually got in trouble for this. Little side story time. I got in trouble because y'all know I rap. I always rap. So on the flyer, I put, something about a party, and I said, it's gonna be a little drink. Don't come if you stink. I was just trying to sing a tune, like put a little tune on there, so when people read it, they could be like, oh, okay, this is my rapping partner. But I got in trouble when the flies got loose. They thought I was going to actually have alcohol at the party. I'm like, I ain't got access like that. But I didn't know, I didn't realize. So they brought me in the office and was like, hey, you're trying to have a party where you're selling, you're going to have alcoholic beverages available to kids.
Who the fuck are you, bitch?
Had to explain myself out of that one. But anyway, so I had a party when I was turning 13, and I gave them to everybody, right? right? They were, like I said, floating around the school, and it was a good turnout. A lot of people came. Not a lot of people came. A few people came from my school, but what really turned my party out was my cousin. They was at a party, and then I called him like, "Hey, where you at?" And he was like, "Man, we forgot to go to my cousin party." So why did he bring that whole party to my party? Like, it was so many people that my daddy was like, "Hey, y'all gotta get out. Hey, how old is you?" Like, it was crazy. Like, he literally brought a whole party. They walked down the street to my house, probably like 15, 20 blocks. Walked down the street to my daddy's house, y'all, and came in and took over my party. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But anyway, so this is the summer after 7th grade, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing at home. I'm at the house though, right? I get a call from a number I don't know on my cell phone, right? I've had a cell phone since 5th grade. So I get a call on my cell phone, right? No, I got my cell phone in 6th grade. Anywho, I get a call from a number I don't know. I answer the number. Hey, what's up? What's going on? It is my now best friend, right? Now, of course, my mother, I lived with my mom at the time. My mother knows what went down. As soon as I got home, that day when they ran up on me, of course I told my mama. My mama is like my best friend. I tell her everything. So of course I ran down the story to my mama. Hey, this what happened, and this was the outcome or whatever. And she like, just be careful with these girls, because you never know. You don't want to get in a situation where you getting jumped and all that. And she like, and if they ever do run up on you, she like, put your back to a wall, and in that way you can just fight whoever's out here. You ain't got to worry about nobody running up on you from the back. Like, she was just giving me some good pointers, because she like, I mean, you don't know. You new to this school. You don't know these girls. Like, they've been rocking with each other. You just got to be ready, right? So I was just, I'm gonna be ready, right? I didn't think nothing bad was gonna happen, because I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't trying to do nothing to nobody. So I'm just chilling, right? So I get the phone call. It's my best friend, the girl who had ran up on me at the time. And so I put it on speakerphone, my mama right there. So then she like, hey, this is such and such, and girl, how you doing? What you doing this summer? And I'm just like, oh, I don't know, probably going around to my cousin's house, like, why you ask? Like, what's up? And so she like, yeah, I was just wondering if like next year, you wanted to hang out and yada yada yada. And I'm like, like, hang out doing what, right? And so she like, I mean, I don't know, just like before school, after school, like, I was hoping like maybe we could like be together at school, right? And so I'm like, why would you the girl that just ran up on me. Like, you ran up on me. I mean, this didn't just happen, but this happened a few months ago. You just didn't. I was to keep my name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I was to keep your name out of my mouth. And I was under the impression that we weren't speaking. Like, I mean, it's not that I never said a word to her again, but we weren't hecka cool like that. I didn't even know how she got my number. Probably from the girl who was the first person to talk to me, probably from Ashley. But I was confused, but I was like, okay, because I knew my other friend wasn't going to be there, right? So I was like, okay. And the other girl, the girl who had befriended me, she was going to high school now. She's a grade higher than us. And a lot of that group, what I realized after coming back to that school, a lot of that group was a grade higher than us. There ended up only being 4 of us left that stayed there, that were, because only 4 of us were in the younger grade. All the rest of the girls, they were in a higher grade, so they were going to high school next year, right? So she didn't have nobody to hang with. But come to find out, y'all, so she's like, yeah, can you meet me here on the first day of school, whatever, right? So I hang up the phone, right? And I'm like looking, I'm like, that's weird. And so I turn to my mama. My mama like, don't trust it. It's a setup. I'm telling you, do not go. Wherever you said you were gonna meet her, you ain't meeting her there. I'm dropping you off on the other side. So make sure you tell me where that is so I don't make a mistake. Like, you're not going to meet that girl. Like, no. And I don't know what it was about me. Maybe I was just naive, or I just felt something. I was like, no, like, it's gonna be cool. Like, don't worry about it. It'll be cool. I can go meet her. And she was like, I'm telling you, I don't think it's a good idea. Do not go meet this girl. Do not go meet this girl. She is adamant that I do not go meet this girl, right? But for some reason, something just told me, you could trust it, right? So I was like, nah, I'm gonna just meet her. And I was like, and if she do anything, then we just gonna have to get down. Then that's just gonna be what it's gonna be, right?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
My mom, she like, whatever, that's on you. I hope I don't have to come up there, but that's on you, whatever, if that's how you want to be, right? So The new year start, 8th grade. She dropped me off. She actually sees her, you know, she do a little like fake wave because she, at this point, she don't know what she on. So she like, oh, hey girl, how you doing? You know, she do like a fake wave to my best friend. And then my best friend, she's like, oh, hey. And it's so crazy because she's acting real cool. Like we just, like we ain't never had no issue ever, right? I remember for a couple months, like I'm like watching her, like just paying attention, trying to see like is a snake gonna come out or something like that, right, y'all? Come to find out, y'all, why they had been talking about her the whole time. The older girls ended up being a little bit jealous of her. Not all of them, but there's some of the older girls were jealous, and then they tried to put us against each other because they like, oh, this new girl, we just gonna get her in some mess with her. I don't know if they wanted to just see her fight or whatever, but it was crazy because right before the end of the year, she did end up getting in a fight with one of them older girls, and she did end up whipping that older girl too. It was so funny. We met up, y'all, and it wasn't never no BS. She ain't never been fake. Like, it was crazy because my mama, she was waiting for like the slip up. She was waiting for me to come home and be like, oh yeah, she did this, and she was setting me up the whole time or whatever, but it never happened, y'all. And to this day, 24 years later, when I tell you I have not ever met a truer friend than her, I have not ever met a truer friend. I owe a lot of my confidence to her. We locked in, we family. If you enjoyed that story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch one of these next, whichever one is next.